Imagine you're sitting in a cinema right now, November 19th, 2025. The lights just came up after Dune Messiah. Your heart is racing. Timothée Chalamet's face is still burned into your eyes, those blue and blue eyes, the sand flying everywhere, that insane final shot. And you lean over to your friend and whisper, "What the hell happens next? And is the book actually better?" If that's you today, welcome. You're exactly where I was 1 year ago. And I'm about to ruin your sleep schedule for the next week in the best way possible. Because the original Dune book by Frank Herbert isn't just better than the movies. It's deeper, darker, more beautiful, more terrifying, and scarily more relevant to 2025 than anything you'll read this decade. Let me take you inside it. No major spoilers, I promise. Just enough to make you close this video, order the book, and cancel all your weekend plans. First, picture this planet. Arrakis, also called Dune, a desert world. Not a beach with some sand, I'm talking endless golden oceans of sand that stretch so far the horizon curves like you're on a sphere twice Earth's size. The sun is white hot, the air so dry your lips crack in minutes. 2 moons hang in the sky at night like broken plates. And underneath that sand live monsters, sandworms. Not dragons, not aliens, actual living creatures the length of 20 football fields stacked end to end with mouths that open like a blooming flower made of knives. One roar from a worm can turn an entire mountain range into a sinkhole. And in the middle of this hell planet is the most valuable substance in the entire universe. Spice. It looks like glowing cinnamon. One handful lets a pilot fold space and travel across the galaxy without moving. It lets old women see the future. It turns your eyes the color of a tropical ocean. It extends life. And it's only found here, harvested by crawling machines the size of city blocks while praying the worms don't notice you. This is the Saudi Arabia of the year 23,000 AD, except instead of oil, it's a drug that literally runs the empire. Now enter Paul Atreides, 15 years old, rich kid, trained since birth in fighting, politics, and mind control. Looks like a softer Timothy, but with the weight of 10,000 years of selective breeding on his shoulders. His family gets sent to Arrakis to take over spice mining. Everyone smiles, shakes hands, says, "Welcome." Within the first 100 pages, his entire life explodes. Father murdered, house destroyed. He and his mother Jessica, who is secretly one of the most powerful women alive, are left to die in the deep desert with nothing but the clothes on their backs. And this is where the book becomes magic. Paul has to become someone else to survive. He has to learn to ride those skyscraper-sized sandworms like horses. He has to drink the water recycled from dead men's blood. He has to live with the Fremen, the blue-eyed desert natives who wear still suits that recycle every drop of sweat and urine so they can survive months without drinking. They have names like Stilgar, Jameis, Chani, and they've been waiting thousands of years for a savior from the stars. Paul starts having visions, terrifying visions. He sees himself leading armies across the galaxy. He sees oceans of blood. He sees himself becoming the most loved and most hated human who ever lived. And the worst part? Every choice he makes to stay alive pushes him closer to that future he's desperate to avoid. This is not Harry Potter with sand. This is a kid realizing he might accidentally start the biggest holy war in history. 61 billion people dead, all because teenagers on a desert planet started posting blue-eyed edits of him on Spice Talk. And the craziest part? Frank Herbert wrote this in 1965. He looked at American oil wars in the Middle East, at religious cults, at charismatic leaders who promised salvation and delivered genocide, at ecology, at drugs, at colonialism, and he said, "Let me write the ultimate warning label for humanity," and then wrapped it in the most exciting adventure you'll ever read. Let me paint some scenes for you that the movies can only dream of showing. Scene 1. Paul's first sandworm ride. He's 18 now, standing on a rock at dawn. The worm is coming. You feel the thunder in your chest pages before it arrives. The Fremen chant. Paul plants a metal hook into the ring segment, yanks it open like peeling an orange made of armor. The worm rolls to protect its soft inside. Paul runs up its back while it's moving 200 miles an hour. Wind screaming, sand blasting his face like shotgun pellets. He jams the hooks in, ties the ropes, and suddenly he's surfing a living mountain across the desert while the Fremen cheer like it's the Super Bowl. I get goosebumps every single time. Scene 2. The Water of Life ceremony. Deep in a cave lit by glow globes. thousands of Fremen sitting in perfect silence. Jessica, Paul's mother, has to drink a cup of pure sandworm poison that will kill her or rewrite her DNA and unlock ancestral memories of every woman in her bloodline going back centuries. The tension is unbearable. You hear the liquid hit her lips. 1 page later, she's screaming in 1,000 voices. It's the most intense mother-son moment in literature. Scene 3. The final duel. I won't spoil who, but picture Gladiator in slow motion under alien stars. 2 teenagers with knives, no armor, circling each other while the fate of the universe balances on who bleeds first. The loser dies, the winner becomes emperor of everything. And Paul doesn't want to win. Now, let's talk women, because the movies did great, but the book? Jessica is a superhero. She's a member of the Bene Gesserit, these witch nuns who train for decades to control their bodies down to individual muscles and chemicals. She can change her voice to make men obey without thinking. She can choose the gender of her baby. She can kill with a word. And she spends the whole book terrified she accidentally created a monster in her son. Chani, Paul's girlfriend, is not just the love interest. She's a warrior, a scientist, a poet. She says things like, "I was a girl before I met you. Now I am a woman who will kill emperors." The movies gave her some great lines. The book gives her entire chapters of heartbreaking wisdom. Princess Irulan, you barely see her in the films, writes the epigraphs at the start of every chapter. She's the one who ends up married to Paul for politics while he loves someone else. Her diary entries are ice cold and devastating. Even the villain's wife, the Lady Fenring, gets one scene where she seduces a man to control him genetically. One scene, and it's sexier and scarier than anything in 50 Shades. And the ecology. God, the ecology. Arrakis isn't just a backdrop, it's a character. The Fremen have a secret dream, to turn the desert green. They've been planting tiny plants for centuries, caching water in underground lakes the size of oceans, waiting for the day the sand turns to soil. Paul promises them paradise. But paradise for one species is extinction for another. The sandworms only live in desert. Save the people, kill the worms. Save the worms, doom the people. There is no win, only choices. That's the soul of Dune. There are no good guys once you zoom out far enough out. Now, is it hard to read? Yes, the first 100 pages are dense. You meet 50 characters with names like Gurney Halleck, Thufir Hawat, Piter de Vries. There's an appendix in the back with a dictionary longer than some novels. You'll read words like Krisk-knife, Shigawire, Hunter-seeker, and think, what the hell is this? But here's the secret nobody tells you. You don't need to understand everything at first. Just keep reading. By page 150, the names click like your new friend group. By page 250, you'll be texting people, "Bro, the Gom Jabbar scene just rewired my brain." By page 400, you'll be crying over a desert mouse. Pro tips from someone who's forced 20 friends to read it. Get the paperback with the red cover and the big worm on it. It has maps and a glossary in the back. Flip to it whenever you're confused. It takes 10 seconds. Read the epigraphs. They're fake history quotes from Princess Irulan, and they're hilarious and terrifying. If you really get stuck, watch a 5-minute Dune terminology explained video. Then come right back. Or do what I did second time around. Listen to the audiobook. The narration is perfect. Different voices, Arabic-sounding accents for Fremen, deep booming for the Emperor. I listened while driving and almost crashed during the worm ride. I'm jealous of you right now, because the first time you read the line, "He is the Quesat Haderach," and realize what it actually means, the first time Paul says, "Father, the sleeper has awakened," in that quiet voice, the first time you read the very last page and just sit there staring at the wall for 10 minutes, nothing compares. So here's my promise.